Hi friends. So I decided to make this little video this morning because over the last couple of months I've had several people and friends ask me about what it was like moving across an ocean 4 times and if I had any tips for downsizing to make a move like that easier. I may have a few things that should help. There's so much that goes into just preparing for a move like that, but there's a few things that you can keep in mind that will definitely make your life easier. You'll want to kind of take into consideration how much you want to move and how much you actually need. When we moved away from Oahu, we'd kept minimalism at the front of our mind the entire time we were living there because, it's expensive and our house was really tiny. It was just over 500 square feet and we lived there for 7.5, almost 8 years, I think. And it is amazing how much stuff you can accumulate in that amount of time. We went ahead and ordered the smallest pod and decided that whatever we were going to keep had to fit in there. We knew we had to keep our jobs because Jeff and I were both self-employed in Hawaii, so that was the first thing. And then after that, it was just things that we knew would be too expensive or a pain in the neck to replace once we got back to the mainland. Side note, it's pretty wild how they unload these things. I was a little bit nervous because our driveway is super sketch, but it ended up being okay. The pickup was a little bit sketchy, more sketchy than this. They almost dropped our stuff off of the side of a mountain. But it's kind of cool. This little rig just rolls on up the driveway and drops off the box and then rolls right back onto the truck and then they drive away. Anyways, so when we were packing, because the pod was only 7 by 7 by 8 feet tall, we knew that we were also going to want to be traveling after we got settled, and so that was another consideration we took when we were packing. So one of the big things that made downsizing so much easier for us is that I followed the KonMari Method. If you haven't heard of that, it was made by a gal named Marie Kondo. She's got a show on Netflix called Tidying Up, and you basically only keep the things that spark joy in your soul. So you pull everything out of your closet. Clothes are usually the easiest. You hold every single piece in your hand and ask yourself if it sparks joy. If it doesn't, then it goes into a donate pile or sell pile. If it does, then you keep it. The first time I tried to do this, I cried over clothes. No joke, it was bad. So, just kind of be kind to yourself and take your time. Another thing you can do is to make the things that you are keeping as small as possible. So, for example, I love CDs and DVDs. I'm old. Sorry about it. So what I did is I ditched the plastic cases and I cut just the little piece of paper that's in there and then put it inside a CD case. It took what was filling up 3 boxes, and put it into one teeny tiny little CD case magazine. They still make them. You can find them on Amazon, so do that. Also, space saver vacuum bags for your clothes and bedding work fantastic. Going through all of your stuff can be really overwhelming. So if you need to, take a break. Sometimes there's things that you just can't bear to part with. And if that happens, just keep them. It's not a big deal. Like Kevin decided he really needed the neck pillow. Oh my God, he's such a goofball. He definitely keeps things light and happy in our house for show. He's the most precious little chub. And we actually did keep the neck pillow for him. Then, once you're done going through all of your little things, you can start listing your bigger items and stuff on Craigslist or Facebook Marketplace. It's kind of a pain in the butt, but you'll make a little bit more money selling these big things individually than you would just having a yard sale. But if money isn't an issue, then go straight to planning a yard sale. It's always best if you lay it out nice and neat, and just invite your friends and family over. Make a Facebook post and let them know that you're selling all of your shit for pennies on the dollar. They will legit come out of the woodwork, I swear to you. But again, watching your stuff disappear can start to get kind of hard. I legit went back and pulled some stuff off of this shelf because I couldn't bear to part with it. So, that's totally okay too. But seriously though, getting rid of this stuff is really freeing, and I mean, you can't take stuff with you when you die. So make and keep memories and not things. And trust me, don't keep stuff for your kids. Most of the time they're not going to want it. So we did fill that little pod, stacked it top to bottom all the way to the front, and I honestly haven't missed a single thing that we sold, and I'm sure you'll find that true for you as well. So yeah, it is, you'll feel lighter and happier than you have in your whole life probably. Anyways, I hope that you guys found at least part of this semi-useful, even though I'm sorry you had to listen to my annoying voice the entire time. Thanks, guys. It's empty. It is empty, and we are getting on the plane. Empty. Kevin's very concerned. He's already crawled into the car, into the front seat. Like, you will not leave me. Poor guy. It's going to be a grand adventure. It's been a good house. Oh, there's a friend. He's behind the door. I'm not gonna miss those. Not at all. There you are.
Dropped it off the cliff. Son of a bitch.
Not gonna miss the geckos. Or their poop.
Bye, stuff.
One last cheers for Kaava.
One last cheers for Kaava.